Welcome to my channel. Today we are telling 3 disturbing childhood memory horror stories. Our first story is titled, The Man in the Closet. When I was about 9, I lived in a small house with my mom and my little sister who was 5. One day I was playing in my room and I saw a shadow in the corner that quickly disappeared. I thought nothing of it until a few weeks later when my sister told our mom that she didn't like the man in the closet. She said that he would whisper to her and she didn't like it. Of course, my mom thought this was just make-believe and didn't think much of it. But a few weeks after that, I heard what sounded like dragging in the middle of the night. I got up to go to the bathroom and noticed long, deep scratches on the wood floor where my bed had been. My mom and I were creeped out and we moved my bed to the other side of the room. But a few months later, in the middle of the night, I was awoken to my bedroom door swinging open. I could see the hallway light turn off down the hall and then I heard footsteps stop right outside my door. Slowly, a tall, dark shape began to lean in. I screamed and my mom came running in. She told me that she saw a shadow standing in her doorway, but when she turned the light on, it was gone. I never saw the entity again, but my mom says she still sees the shadow person from time to time. Our next story is titled The White Lady. When I was 10 years old, my family moved into a new house. It was a big house with lots of bedrooms and a dark history. That's what my mom said anyway. I started hearing soft shuffling in my closet. Then one day I saw the door move slightly as I walked past it. I told my mom, but she just laughed and said it was probably just the wind. Then I started hearing tapping on the window glass. I looked out to see an old, pale hand pressed against the window. It looked like an arthritic claw. My mom told me it was probably just a bird. A month later, my little brother started talking about the white lady who came into his room at night. He said she sat on his bed and stared at him with all black eyes. I started dreaming about the white lady too. She would whisper my name and beckon for me to come closer. One night during a bad storm, I was awoken by my window slowly sliding open. I turned to see the white lady climbing in. She floated toward my bed and whispered my name before I screamed. Our final story is titled, The Man in the Hat. When I was 8, I rode my bike around the neighborhood every day after school. There was this one driveway where I would stop and talk to the man who lived there. He always wore a hat, so I'll call him the Man in the Hat. I talked to him almost every day, but he never came out when it was raining. I knew small things about him, like that I had a little brother and that my dad was getting a new truck, even though he never asked me these things. I just told him one day and he remembered. Then one day he just stopped coming out. I didn't think much of it, to be honest. Kids will talk to inanimate objects sometimes. So a few days later, I crossed the street to ask the new resident if she knew what happened to the man. She said, "You mean this?" Then she pulled out a photo of her husband. He had a scar over his eye. The man I knew had no scar. I asked if I could see the photo. She handed it to me and said, "You look just like him." Then I saw the date on the back of the photo. It said 1998. The man had died a year before I moved in, and the last thing he did was stand in his driveway waiting for someone who would never come. That was our childhood memory horror stories. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button.